All right, guys. Hello. We're going to let some folks dial in, get rolling here on an update of what's interestingly enough has become um, very interesting for the weekend storm system. Data coming in is impressive with suggestions of significant snowfall, not just a 1 to 2 inch event or even a 2 to 4 inch event, but the data that we have coming in is looking pretty aggressive, and I would say from 2 days ago, probably quite a bit more.
Yeah,
aggressive.
it's a rare setup really for this time of the year. I would say with the amount of Arctic air that's coming in, that's always a challenge this time of the year.
Yeah.
Is just getting enough cold air. And I think that's the least of our worries, really, as we get into Black Friday and into Saturday. There's plenty of cold air to work with. It's just sorting out the storm track at this point.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I think what's interesting too is the storm, as Brett mentioned, coming into. They're saying we may need to hold this. The storm coming into. Hang on, guys. We're working out kinks here. I'm trying to get us. Here we go. This might be better if I just hold this like this. Does that sound better? Okay. Anyways, the storm is coming into. There's cold air. The storm is coming into cold air, which is nice. For those of you that are watching, we are streaming on YouTube and X as well. So hi, over there. Hi. We have. We were told that the research we did is that we can't reach as many people from the live stream on Facebook through our Restream software. So we're like, hey, let's do it from the phone on Facebook. So if you could see the setup, and then the computer for YouTube and X, just trying to adapt and overcome here. So work with us. But hello, Jessica, Beth, Donovan, hello over on YouTube. Rick, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Stacy and Sally over on YouTube as well. Good afternoon, guys. I think without further ado, what we will do is kind of just take a look at what data is saying generally.
Yeah.
So if we want to go and switch to share the screen here, and we'll show you the latest model runs, which is our this here that you're seeing on Facebook and eventually here over on there you go. This is the Canadian model. All right. And it is very important to mention that the Canadian model, the European model, and the German model are all similar in the suggestions of a bigger snowstorm across the Midwest. The outlier is the American model.
For sure. And what's really interesting is if you go back to this time yesterday, the American model actually had this and it lost it.
Which is kind of common.
Yes.
The GFS at this distance there's an acronym we use for the GFS. And I don't know if it's Facebook appropriate or not, but it's good for you can fill in the words. It's the good for model. How about that?
What's fun about the GFS is it has a knack for picking these storms out 10 days in advance, losing it, and then getting it back 24 hours out.
100%.
So, in this situation, I do think it's the European data and the Canadian model that I think has a better handle on this. Before we get to that, real quick, I do want to note, could be some snow showers, some festive flakes flying on Wednesday across the area. That wouldn't shock me. It's probably not going to amount to a whole lot. It's not the main system, but if you're out and about on Wednesday afternoon heading to your Thanksgiving destination, don't be surprised if you see some snow showers around.
Yep. Yeah, and it'll be cold. I mean, temperatures are going to be really cold, feeling cold as well.
So the lake effect.
Yeah, a ton of it. The lake water's still warm. And so let's talk about our system coming in here to play. This is a look here at the Canadian model. Again, you can see the storm system would start to try and get its act together here as early as Friday night, about 7 to 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And you can see a low developing here a little bit off of your, let me see if I can get you a little bit better view here. Yeah, a little bit off your screen. There's an area of low pressure developing. And again, this is Friday night. Let's go forward about 6 hours or so. And again, you can see really starts to organize here. This is a heavy hit of snow on the Canadian model. And a lot of folks are going to say, hey, why in the world are you using the Canadian model? And here's the I will tell you, in my experience, 14 years now of forecasting winter storms in the Ohio Valley, it has its strong suits.
Yeah.
And when the Canadian and the European model, and now the German, the Icon, when those three start to get on a relatively similar wavelength, it's kind of stupid to say that we shouldn't use it or look at it.
Yeah, I agree. And that German model's been very consistent as well. Maybe we can show that in a little while, but it's very similar to what the Canadian has. And more than anything, the teleconnections and the setup supports it.
Yep.
That's really the key.
Yep.
If the setup didn't support it, if we were worried about warm air, then it'd be a different story, but it's not.
Yep. We've got some research that does support that. And I'll tell you, we're going to continue the analysis real quick. What I want to do real quick is just mention our partners here that they're powering the stream this year. Can we go to the custom services logo there?
Yeah.
So we've partnered with these guys. We're super excited. The last few years we had Express Steel sponsoring these live streams. They're great. We love those guys. We appreciate the years of support with them. This year we've got a new partnership with Custom Restoration, and these guys do fire damage restoration, water damage, mold remediation, you name it. You're going to start hearing us talk more and more about them as we go throughout the season. They're the reason that we do these for you, so you can come and watch them for free. They're powered.
And you know what I would say, Michael, is with the amount of cold that could be coming, especially for this area and into the Midwest as we go into December, you deal with things like frozen pipes, and then you get into water issues. And so that number on your screen in the top right, 866-679-0699, give them a call. They're 24/7.
Yep.
And so if you have a crisis, if you will, they're going to be there for you anytime to help you out.
100%. All right. Well, let's get back to the model data. And again, thank the guys at Custom for the analysis. This is as we go Friday night into Saturday morning. Okay. We're starting to see snow work in. You know, you're going to see a lot of blue H's all over the map. I don't know whose pen this is. Is this yours?
It's mine.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So I just, there's a bunch of blue H's all over the map. There's a great setup synoptically or pattern. The pattern is, it's supporting the Arctic air. There's plenty of Arctic air down at the surface. And yeah, this is a great depiction of that.
I'm going to pull this up real quick because you made me think of this. This is what we call a banana high.
Mm-hmm.
And these are normally very good for snow in the Ohio Valley.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, this is the type of setup that even regardless of what the models say, I think can produce a good storm. I mean, this can be a good storm, a good early season storm that impacts many, many people. So again, this is Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Main area of low pressure still working in out from the down in Texas and Oklahoma. It's coming from the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma. In the weather world, we call those panhandle hookers.
Correct.
Yeah. So they come in from the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma and kind of hook on up through the Ohio Valley like this. It may hook up through here. It may go through here. It may go through here. We don't know exactly yet, but nonetheless, good indications here statistically of a good storm system that will come through the area with these types of low pressure systems. The lows down in southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana here by Saturday night. And by Sunday morning, you can still see a swath of snow coming down from Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, portions of Missouri, all along and north of the Ohio River in this setup. And again, the reason we're kind of referencing this model right now is it aligns the closest with the research of the pattern that produces this type of snow this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that chart you want to slap in here real quick?
Let's see if I can find that.
Brett will slap it in. We'll slap the chart in. But what we do is we look at various teleconnection patterns that will help us to get an idea of where these snows typically perform in some of the bigger cities. And we've run some statistical correlations and stuff to that. And it helps us to kind of go against the grain, if you will, a little bit with what the models are showing right now, which is why this Canadian model run may be the most closest to reality, if you will. So that is something to keep in mind. We'll go over here. Brett's going to pull this up so you can see this. This is the storm track indicator for 3 inches or more of snow. And you can see 10 times the signal is a statistically significant correlation for 3 inches or more of snow in Louisville, 9 times that in Columbus, almost 5 times that in Indy, over to Detroit and Milwaukee. The signal for 3 inches or more of snow is certainly very impressive. Did we lose our screen
I
share?
got it.
There we go. And for these cities, this is an indication looking at several different blocking patterns that would indicate to us that we think it can snow at a pretty good clip here for a large portion of the Ohio Valley. So we don't just say this stuff because we want you to click on the video and we want to hype up snow. We're talking about real meteorology here and what we think the thought process is. So if we go back to that Canadian model, again, you can kind of see that idea shown here as it's bringing snow across the Ohio Valley Saturday night into Sunday for a large section of the Ohio Valley, that is. And let's go out a little bit further. You can see it would exit here Sunday morning across Illinois, Indiana, and finally Sunday evening, it's out of here entirely. Let's look at the snowfall accumulations off the Canadian weather model, which is not our forecast. It's that's centimeters. Oops. It's not 21 inches, I promise. There we go. This is off the Canadian weather model, and it's projections here for snow. And again, it's not throwing out totals that are like crazy 12-inch plus totals, which is why I like it even more.
Yeah, I think just from a climatology standpoint, it's rare to get 3 to 6 inches of snow this time of the year. Mm-hmm. We pretty much never get more than a foot of snow ever.
No.
In Indy, that's just the rule. We've learned that the hard way at times over the last 8 years. And sometimes the European model, you're going to see these maps thrown around. Sometimes that European model has the tendency to go a little bit crazy at this distance, even if its track is right.
And I'll show you what he's talking about, because it is a little crazy, And there it is.
And it's north of Indy. It's a little bit further to the north, which I'm not saying is impossible. We still have a long way to go with this, but the chances of getting 12 to 18 inches of snow across central Illinois and into central and northern Indiana is it's unlikely.
Yeah. Sorry, I got to toss on Do Not Disturb here. We got people that are they're just bothering us here. Sorry.
You're popular.
Yeah. So again, this is the European model. And you guys on Facebook, you're only supposed to see one screen. I'm not showing you anything any differently. This is the European, and you can see how it has 16 inches of snow, which again, just isn't really super realistic. This is the German icon model. And it's a little bit closer to the Canadian. It's got that swath of 6 to 8 inches or so.
What I like about it is it's a narrow swath of 6 to 8 inches or so through central Illinois, western Indiana there. And then elsewhere, it's 3 to 5 inches, 3 to 6 inches or so, which is probably pretty realistic, I would say, with this type of a system.
Some folks are saying they can't see the video. I don't understand how you couldn't see it, but hi, hope you can. We're going to switch it back here, make sure you can see it. So anyways,
I'll check.
Yeah. Lauren, can you see the video? Okay, we're good. Anyways, if you can't see the video, maybe you need to.
They probably thought that we were supposed to be showing too.
Oh, okay. No. I want to go over here to YouTube a little bit. I see some comments over here. Hello from Indy. Cleveland doesn't need the system. WTHR is saying it will be rain. Oh, you know what? Where's Snowski at?
Oh,
toss him up.
He's on the design there.
You guys, I'm sure you remember him.
Yes.
There he is.
He needs a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I mean, he does. And this is the other screen for Facebook, so you all can see what we're dealing with here. That's our friend. Last year we got called the social media cowboys, and so we came up with some silliness.
There's something new every winter.
Yeah, we always pull up something.
Given how this winter might be looking, I would imagine there's going to be something new
this
this winter.
Probably be a wild winter if I had to guess. But hey, let's go to a video of just you and I real quick. We have something exciting we'd like to share with you. And we need to go over here too. How do we get that off?
Here, I got it.
We have decided that with the onslaught, I like that word, the onslaught of potential a barrage of winter storms potentially.
This isn't probably the last one. There's another couple of storms we're tracking after this one as well into early December.
We have decided we're going to start our Black Friday sale now. As we are talking, you guys know we do it big every year with Black Friday. We don't play around, and hundreds, if not thousands, of people sign up on Black Friday. We're going to do 40% off of anything other than chat or lightning. But if you wanted to do Pavecast, if you want to do whatever you want, 40% off Clarity Home and Pro. The link is in here right now.
Yep, and I'm sending it again just so you all have a fresh one too.
Perfect. So, guys, you're going to be able to get things like a Nowcast sent to your phone from a human meteorologist. You're going to be able to get, especially if you do the Pro option, you can see all the different possible outcomes from the low end to the high end snow amount. You're going to be able to get our videos. Our expert meteorologists do videos. I'm holding a microphone to try and make sure we have better sound. Sometimes the mic on the phones isn't very good, but no, 40% off now. The link is here. Scan the QR over here. If you're on YouTube, if you're on X, you guys have ever been interested in what we do, how we do it, we would love to offer this to you. It's this is the fee. This is the fee for doing the lives. Is hey. We want you to check out Clarity and sign up. So.
And what I'm going to pull up here, Michael, is
the sale is now.
Yes, the sale is. We're right live. Now. It is live right now. I see it. I have it pulled up. Yeah. But what I'm going to pull up here, I'm going to share the screen again. These are the types of outlooks. This is the one that we posted on Facebook earlier. There's even more detailed ones in Clarity. So our team is sending out custom video updates. They are sending out insights with more specific details, where to expect specific impacts. It's the biggest travel time frame of the year, guys, and so this is the time. This is the time to get Clarity. Again, 40% off starting now before the storm hits. You want to get in on it. Oh boy, Michael's got something.
Well, when you start talking about snow and stuff, I get excited. 40% off sales, whiskey, bourbon. So the Chattanooga whiskey rep came by my office this morning and dropped off some fantastic gifts to us that we are going to be trialing. This is an actual barrel, by the way. This is really cool. We're going to be trialing this stuff. This is their straight bourbon whiskey, 111 proof Tennessee high malt. We're going to be trialing that Wednesday and talking about weather, especially if we have a snowstorm coming in. We got a lot of model data to sift through and information to talk about. So that's going to be pretty fun. Hey, someone's signing up now. We're excited for you to sign up now. Hello, Indy Pro Home Services.
And this is for new subscribers. This is for new subscribers to the Clarity platform. Super excited for all of you that are getting in on this now.
Yeah, 100%.
What's Lauren laughing about?
She's in there going wild. All right, so this is, again, let's talk a little bit more about back to the forecast. And for those of you that watch us streaming, we ask that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you share it with your friends, you share this on your Facebook and your X and your YouTube, but whatever, you let people know where we're at and what we're doing. So let's talk a little bit more about the setup, Brett. Let's go back over to, I want to go to Synoptic. Synoptic Weather is our platform. I have the 12Z AIFS pulled up.
And this, I saw somebody comment earlier and ask about how the AI models have been doing. I would say, Michael, that they've been doing in the extended range. They're never going to be precise enough in the short term, but I'd say in the extended range, they've done a decent job.
Yeah, for sure. So there's the first one that goes through Tuesday night, Wednesday. Again, as Brett mentioned on the backside, some windy and some backside snow flurries and very cold. I mean, really, really cold feeling this time of year. Probably going to feel 20 degrees below the normal.
Yeah, so for sure. I even think there's going to be some below zero temperatures up to the north and the upper Midwest as we get into next week. Not around here, but.
Mario said Brett probably can't handle that whiskey. Brett's not a whiskey guy.
You would be correct.
Brett's a wine guy.
While Michael drinks the whiskey on Wednesday night, I will have a nice glass of wine. Michael and I could never really get together on the proper type of wine to drink for Weather and Wine.
Yeah.
we never liked the same things, so you know, I'll do my own weather and wine from home.
All right, so this is Friday night, Saturday morning. This is the Euro AI model again, 1 a.m. Saturday morning Eastern time. Go ahead and go forward again. This is getting into 7 a.m. Saturday. And again, the AI data is showing that it's actually cold enough on the northern side of this and, allowing for snow to accumulate relatively pretty easily in this setup. Check out surface temperatures at this time, will you?
I'm going to pull up a side-by-side.
Yeah, we can.
Cool thing you can do with Synoptic.
Analyze both. That is the surface temperature forecast at the time that snow would be coming down, which is in the lower 30s and upper 20s. It's cold enough for snow. And then over here, again, the simulated radar product Saturday afternoon showing majority of the Ohio Valley dealing with snow at that time. We go out to 7 p.m. It's still snowing. And even out to 7 p.m., there's temperatures there being below freezing. Now, there is a warm nose component to this storm potentially as we get on the low gets closer and we get on the back side of it. It's possible that some warmer temperatures may work in. And that's the thing is we don't have a drilled down solution yet on where the rain snow line is going to be, who gets what, how much and when, and the specific timing. It's not possible to have that information. But
no, when we're showing the snow totals at this distance, guys, don't take it verbatim. We're trying to give a very general idea to give you some advance notice because, well, to be honest, because of the weekend that it is. Everybody's going to be out traveling. People have plans. People trying to go Black Friday shopping. Obviously, I think the main snow comes in after Friday morning, but still Friday night, Saturday, football games all across the Ohio Valley and the Midwest. Looks like IU and Purdue may avoid another snow bowl.
Where are they playing?
They're playing in Lafayette, but it's Friday night.
It may be safe.
So it'll be cold. It'll be very cold.
The over-under on IU by 50?
50 this year. I don't think so. I think we'll conserve our guys a little bit for the Big Ten championship game. But I think the line is 28.5 right now. I'd go over that for sure.
Okay.
Sorry, Kipper.
Yeah. I'm not sorry. Brett might be. I love when we smash Purdue.
Not really sorry. They'll probably get us back in basketball later.
Let's go to a single panel of GFS and show the outlier here of. We want to make sure we show you all things. Again, we're just kind of discussing things right now. Make sure you keep in mind in the link here, 40% off our Clarity Pro and Home. And here's the deal. You're going to get our expert analysis to your phone way more often than you are watching us on live. So check it out. It's a great time to do it. Even for the Pro subscription, you add on Pavecast. It's you're kind of crazy not to do it at this point. So just something to keep in mind.
In snow removal, given how busy it's going to be, Pavecast is going to be super, super beneficial right now.
100%. So GFS model. Okay, here's Friday night. Let's go forward. Watch the GFS not do much. Okay.
It just dies.
It doesn't have anything. This is the American GFS. So Friday night into Saturday morning, there's not a storm here. Like it doesn't even have a storm at all. And I think what people need to understand is when folks are talking about, well, this station's saying rain, this app's saying there's nothing there, the issue is going to be the American model is looked at and used by several organizations and news stations and things. And so if someone picks the GFS, they're going to say, well, the BAM guys are crazy. It's not going to snow. The models don't have it.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing is we are looking at the setup as a whole and agreeing that we think there's a storm there that can produce snow.
Yeah.
Regardless of the model.
And again, this is exactly why clarity is so important, is because we're going to be timing things out, breaking down the risk, going over all the details.
Go to clarity real quick.
As we get through this system.
Yeah. So go over, click over here. So on clarity, guys, we have this in the forecast already. If you go to insights and you go down.
By the way, tomorrow.
Low end flash flooding concern along the river. Again, this type of stuff is in clarity. This is our map here that we sent earlier this morning. This was 5 a.m. I would imagine we've actually kind of pulled it down a little bit.
A little bit further south.
This inside will be updated. But if you go back to the maps section, did we update that one yet?
I haven't updated.
We haven't updated it. So we'll throw these in, but this is the type of stuff we're putting in. Our new map again is a little south and east. But this is the type of stuff you're going to get to your device through Clarity, which with a number of other different things that it has.
And again, as we mentioned, this next one probably goes north.
Yep.
That's that warm nose that you saw coming in. There's another storm right behind it. And then there's one, the 3rd to the 5th, that we need to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And we talk about a lot of that in our long range videos and our long range maps that you can see. That's both the pro and the home version.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Jessica, I'm not sure what you're talking about. If someone on the team can reach out to you. It says payment was successful, but you're getting an application error. I'm not sure, but I'm sure we can help you out there. And thanks. Welcome, by the way.
Yes, welcome.
Appreciate you.
We'll make sure you are helped out.
100%. Okay, let's go through some questions. If you guys would like to ask questions, we would like to answer them. Before I do that, I want to make sure that we are sharing and on our pages, tagging a friend, subscribing to the YouTube channel, reposting on X, whatever the case may be. I want to make sure we're doing that. So do that for me, and we'll answer some questions. Brandon Limp says, I hope Greencastle gets at least an inch or two. I want to get some drone footage. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think Greencastle's in a good spot for snow. I think an inch or two is conservative, probably, if we continue to see the trends.
Where would you say your highest confidence is right now to see accumulating snow?
Yeah, and that's a great question. I'll show you. If you go to actually pull up, go to Synoptic, and we'll go to the drawing tool.
You want to go to Canadian or
no? Here, I'll just do the drawing tool. I don't care. I'll show you where I think the highest probability for snow to accumulate is right now. Okay, and then I'll get back to answering questions. But I think right now that the best really kind of setup is probably going to be somewhere through here, right down through Louisville into Columbus, and back up to something like this. Okay. I think that's the ideal track right now. Mm-hmm. Des Moines, Peoria, Indianapolis. I think Louisville's in on it, possibly. Columbus. I know that some of the models may show this warmer risk. Here's I-70. Could you say there's a risk anywhere south of this is rain? You could.
Sure.
You could say that. The reason I'm not saying that is because of the research we've done, and I see data supporting the research that we've done. So it's kind of, I kind of like to go against the grain a little bit and say that. So
for sure, there's plenty of cold air in place. What I'll be watching is what's going on out to the west, out towards the west coast. Because if we start seeing a stronger low out there, that's when you can pump up the warmth a little bit. But right now, that's not there. And so I think it's a timing thing. It's a very fine line on the timing out there. But I completely agree with what you said. Favors more snow than anything.
Clarity Home is on sale now. If you guys 40% off.
40% off.
And Clarity Pro. Okay, let me answer some questions here. Can you back out and include timing, Eastern Standard Time, please? So timing, depending on where you're at, is right now it is just very late Friday night into Saturday throughout most of the day. What is the risk, if any, to the system this weekend? I think the risk is the northern component of the warm air. Mm-hmm. I think the GFS is genuinely wrong. I think it'll come around to the idea of a storm, but I think the risk right now is the fact that the European has a pretty aggressive warm nose, and the Canadian doesn't.
What I would say too about the European, if you were with us earlier, we were concerned, is it too strong, too much snow? Well, if it's too strong, it's probably too warm too. So that's again another notch towards the Canadian. But I would agree with you. I think it's that cutoff on the south side. How far south can this system go?
Yep. Someone says if you don't have clarity, it's worth it. Take advantage of it. Appreciate that. Someone said off topic, how's the new BAM headquarters coming along? We are very close to breaking ground, probably within the next month, I would imagine, pending weather. But we're through permitting and city approval, and that kind of thing is happening December 1st, I believe. So we'll keep you posted. Appreciate the question there. Let me see. How much snow for Indianapolis? Someone says. Boy, that's a nice question. I would set the over under on Indy snowfall right now at 4 inches. I would say you could argue 2, you could argue 6. Right now, depending. I think we have to keep in mind statistics.
Yep.
I think we have to keep in mind that, yes, can you have a rare record-breaking snowfall? Yes. The last time we had something like that, I believe, was in 1975.
Yeah, it's the last time we had more than 5 inches of snow in November.
So we do have to keep that in mind. We are not coming out here saying we're going to get 10 inches of snow this weekend. Regardless of the models, I think it's too heavy.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
It's
I think that'd be the biggest snowstorm in November ever.
Yeah,
for Indy.
Yeah. And anytime you get into the category of breaking any and all records, you get we may not do that until like 12 hours out, if that's the case. But accumulations and an over under of 4 inches, I think even the same there, Chris, you said you think Mooresville, Canby will get any accumulation. I think we're setting that over under at 4 inches.
Yeah.
Across Indiana, really.
To me, this seems like a classic 2 to 4, 3 to 5 inch type of a snow event with maybe a narrow band that's a little bit heavier somewhere. Probably out to the west, central Illinois, where you tend to get that narrow, heavier band. You get the initial storm coming from the north, kind of that northern component, and then the storm transfers and you get it more of a traditional low pressure system. It's as that happens is when you get that band. Right now, that looks to kind of be Illinois, eastern Iowa. I would say maybe into western Indiana if it can hold off a little bit.
Yep. How or why can one model be so different, especially after all the upgrades it's had? Will the GFS ever be as good? The GFS, from a monetary standpoint, is millions and millions of dollars behind other data, other modeling platforms throughout the world, especially the European. Does it have its day where it does better? Yeah, there's times where it does. But there are times as an experienced forecaster where you need to know that the GFS is total garbage. And this is one of those times.
Well, and it doesn't have any. The big thing to me is what we call ensemble support. So GFS, we talk about GFS, Euro, Canadian. There's also hundreds of other models that we put into what we call an ensemble, kind of a blend. And the GFS does not have widespread support for its solution from those. Something more along the lines, maybe not as heavy, but more along the lines of the European track or the Canadian track would make more sense. And I think that's probably what you're gonna pull up.
Yep.
So that's the Canadian.
That's the Canadian. Yep.
We want to
flip it around. Sorry. There's the Canadian model for those of you on Facebook and X and YouTube now. That's again, and even this. I mean, this even is just not probably going to happen.
16 inches. St. Louis, 16.
Yeah, I mean, at least you can say a judgment call would be that's not going to happen. Can I guarantee it? No, but.
Very, very unlikely.
Yeah, very unlikely for that to occur.
And it's probably unlikely to get 9 inches in Bloomington.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but unlikely.
Someone says, for the love of God, avoid vertical video. Okay, sorry. I'll try better next time.
I thought vertical video would be better because you're on your phone.
I know. I don't know. Okay, real quick. Again, I do want to make sure to mention, did you have a graphic for the Clarity sign up or no?
I did.
Did you want to throw that in here?
Yeah, I will throw it in here.
There is, again, we are running the Black Friday 40% off Home and Pro right now. So make sure you take advantage of that. The link's in here in the Facebook comments if you want to check it out. And here's the thing. As we wrap this up today, we've been streaming now for 35 minutes, going on a marathon here. We'll update as we get closer. Okay. As more data comes in, we get more confidence. You know, it's Monday. This is a Friday night storm. A lot of things can happen between now and then. It's not a guarantee that anything happens at this rate. We do believe that that there's a storm there.
And I want to go back to this real quick too.
Yeah.
Because this just shows the support for it.
Yeah.
That's the probability. That is the probability compared to normal to get 3 inches or more snow. And again, Louisville, that's certainly notable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 10x with that significant of a correlation or correlation is the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I'm trying to be fancy.
Yeah. No, I like correlation. Storm track indicator. I tried to make it sound
try to make it sound
fancy.
Fun. Yeah.
That's custom in-house too.
Yeah. Yeah. So we build those here. I think there can be some wind with it in terms of how much, exactly don't know right now. But I think that wind can be a component to this for sure. Bloomington, Indiana, I see your question there. It's an over-under of 4 as well. Chicago, yeah, you're not out of the woods for heavy snow. I think there could be a risk for it. I think it could be south, maybe, but you're not out of the woods.
No, and the good thing about Chicago in terms of some accumulation is you're even colder there.
Yeah.
And so even if you're on the far northern side of the storm, you're probably going to have higher snow ratios and still be able to pick up some snow.
Mm-hmm.
You just may not be in the spot to get the heaviest snow for this one.
Yeah.
There's another one the 30th to the 2nd. There's one the 4th to the 6th.
Multiple.
There's another storm the 8th to the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
It's feeling very, do I dare say it?
I don't know.
It's feeling very 2013-14 like with how active the storm track is.
It is, yeah. And that's why getting clarity is going to be a good thing for you. So be sure to check that out, guys. We'll be sure to keep you posted on all the things as data comes in, as it changes and evolves. We'll be sure to share it. We're going to say it publicly right now. I think there's a snowstorm this weekend. I think the American model is wrong. I think we may see some things come further around to the idea as we get closer for a Saturday storm system here in the Ohio Valley. So we'll keep you posted. And until next time.
You're going to be hearing more from us.
Yeah. Thanks to the guys at Indianapolis Custom Restoration for sponsoring the stream today. They're going to be sponsoring these all winter. So make sure to hit those guys up at Custom Restoration there. And they've got anything you need. All right. Custom.us here in Indianapolis. And be sure to hit those guys up and let them know you appreciate them sponsoring the live. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel to get the latest updates.